ever since Lashley has been here, the offense starts slow, no matter who the QB is, King or TVD. So is it play calling or players? I say coaching. What do you say, Max?
I would say the players have to execute, but also I think the play calling has been an issue in the past. But I don't think today's play calling was that bad. I'll just be honest with you here. I do not think it was that bad. They scored 42 points. You should be winning games with 42 points. So I'm not going to put the blame on Rhett Lashley there.
Had somebody told me before this game started that Miami was going to score 42 points on the road with TVD, I would have said, wow, we have a good chance of winning that game. But yet, I still never felt comfortable, dude. I never felt comfortable, and I haven't while Manny Diaz has been our head coach, and I don't know if I ever will. And I mean, how much better can we rightfully expect him to be next week as our head coach? I mean, honestly, brass tacks, what does Manny Diaz, or what has he shown you in his past that tells us he can learn from these mistakes and grow? Is there anything we can look forward to?
I'm just looking forward to seeing the young guys play. That's it. That's all I'm looking forward to. I do care if we win or lose. I would have loved to win today, but that wasn't the result. I would love to win next week. I still think the writing's on the wall regardless. I don't think that there's any doubt that people think that Manny's going to turn it around. I still think that all these fans want to see the Hurricanes win games, even with Manny Diaz as your coach. I understand that Manny Diaz is not the answer. That does not mean that you want the Canes to lose. Because, just to be honest with you, the writing has been on the wall since the first game against Alabama with that slow start. And last year was just not – Derek King really put the team on his back last year with a couple of the games where you could have lost. But you don't have Derek King this year. You have Tyler Van Dyke as your quarterback, and you have Jake Garcia. When he's healthy, he will get an opportunity to play. That's it. Derek King is not playing anymore. It's over. He's not. If he comes back next year, Manny Diaz should not be the coach. He should not be. You don't bring back a quarterback for his seventh year when you have young guys that you can develop and you could make them into a really good quarterback. There's no point in bringing Derek King.
I feel like it just shows our lack of looking into the future. It almost seems as if Manny Diaz is trying to use the seventh year as something to be excited about, that we have some hope in the future. And all I see it is running back the same old crap over and over and over again. So if we're going to make this move, and you're saying that Diaz gets fired in 2-3 weeks, let's just say that this happens hypothetically. Who do you want to see as the interim head coach for Miami?
Jess Simpson. I think he should be the coach. He was a head coach in high school, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was an incredible head coach in Georgia high school football.
I think he should get an opportunity. That would be an awesome thing for him, just to show what he can do. He's not going to be the head coach in the future. But for him, it would be a good opportunity to see what we can do with him. And also that will light a fire under the players and all these other guys. Also, I do want to bring up though, who are recruiters again? We talked about this earlier. It was TBD, not TBD.
We got Cooney. DVD does a lot of recruiting for us for the secondaries. Yeah.
And so these guys, apparently there was a rumor that they came off of the meeting after the Virginia game. I also think there is a falling out between the recruiting and Miami right now, which can hurt them in the future as well. So that's why I don't think Manny's going to last here.
What's going to be the end game for Ed Reed here? How long is he going to sit by and just watch this? And how long is he going to want to be a part of this? Because Ed Reed's a perfectionist. Ed Reed demands perfection, and he displays it in his own day-to-day life, and he displayed it when he was on the football field. How long is he going to want to be willing to be part of something like this?
To me, Ed Reed is there for the money. For now, at least, he's there for the money. He's not able to coach. So why is he there? Is he there for recruiting, we still don't know what he's there for. Do you know what he's there for?
A kind of a figurehead, it seems to be almost, just a name, an image.
Yeah, but none of these kids care about a name and an image anymore. They're there to try to get to the next level. They're there to try to go to the NFL. That's it. They're not there just because it's the Miami Hurricanes anymore. That was 20, 30 years ago. So what can you do to change and stay with the modern day college football? Because you see Nick Saban doing it. You see Lane Kiffin doing it now. What makes you think that people are going to want to come because of the Miami Hurricanes after 20, 30 years ago winning national championships? You can't even win the ACC. You can't win the Coastal.
The ACC right now is the worst conference in Power 5 football, and we're struggling to just survive and keep our head above water in it. That's insane. You look at the blue chip player ratio. You look at the amount of 4 stars, 5 stars, whatever else, the high ranked 3 stars that you need to be competitive and win. We have got all of the talent that we need to win according to those measurements, but yet it doesn't matter because no development takes place. When you have poor coaching and no development, it does not matter how well you recruit. You will fail those recruits every damn time. And I hate it because I hate to think that there are truly players out there that we actually ruin their careers, Max. I hate to think that by them coming to Miami, their football careers were cut short due to simply making that choice. And I feel that, honestly, wholeheartedly, in a bad way. I really do. Do you feel that? Like, do you feel we've cut players short?
I do. I think Jalen Knight is your best player, and he's been performing well. What makes you think he's not leaving next year? He's running back. Jalen Knight is a running back. He's one of the better running backs, I would say, in the ACC when he's healthy. But when you don't develop, I think he's going to leave. Brevin Jordan said it 3-4 weeks ago. He said that these guys don't develop, and he didn't think that it was necessary to come back for a 4th year when he could have been one of the top tight ends in the country this year. So he was not confident. I think a lot of these players are not confident either right now. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I think. And Rambo, yeah, somebody just put in the comment they feel bad for Rambo. Rambo has been proving something. He's not coming back next year. Not happening.
No.
He's going to the draft.
Yep.
So somebody's got to step up. Mike Harley's not going to be here next year. So I think Restrepo, Brinson, we have a bunch of other good receivers that I think will be good next year. But when you can't develop, they might not reach their highest potential. And that's good. That's what's going to hurt us.
They're young and there's clear upside, but will we ever see consistency? That's something that in the Manny Diaz era on defense and offense, there has been absolutely zero consistency. And another word is accountability. Another word is discipline. So like I was mentioning earlier, when you have these kind of traits embedded into a coaching staff and embedded into a team, there is no week-to-week improvement that's going to be so big and so miraculous it's going to change everything. These are philosophies that are embedded in the toppest levels of our coaching staff. It's a problem, dude. Major.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping for these younger guys to get in. I'm hoping just to see what they can do right now. I don't think these 5-6 year players should be playing, but that's just my opinion. I think they should just go into the transfer portal. But it's not going to happen when you have Manny Diaz as your head coach, and that's been playing seniors. So it happened last year too. So
we got a question here. It says, "Hey Max and North, when the new head coach comes, will they put the funds for a good assistant head?" Basically, what he's saying is, will we put the money up for a good assistant staff for that head coach? Will we spend that money it takes?
I don't know. Depending on your athletic director and what the board of trustees want to do. That's the only answer I could give you.
So we know that this game was tough. We know that this UNC battle was something that we were hoping to kind of get past. You know, we wanted to win a tough game versus these guys to show that we could actually do it. We didn't do it. A lot of our same fears are still here. Do you believe that we are going to struggle a lot next week? Or do you think it's good? I mean, is it going to be the same thing? Slow start and then desperately trying to get back in it late in the game?
I think we might have a chance to win the game just because it's a home game. And also, NC State's playing a Boston College team tonight, which might have an impact on what happens next week. So we can wait and see on what happens in that game tonight. I think it's going to be closer than expected, but I don't know if we win the game. That's same thing goes to the rest of these teams, except for Duke, because Duke looks horrible. But the rest of these ACC games are not going to be easy, especially Pitt.
Oh, yeah. No way in hell. Kenny Pickett's going to have a field day with our secondary, dude.
He's a Heisman candidate. I think he should be a Heisman candidate. He's been playing out of his mind. So
Max, before we get off of here today and end our post-game stuff, how many wins is this Miami Hurricanes team going to get this year? I'm giving you the tough question here. How many wins will we see?
A lot of people might hate me for this. We're not making a bowl game.
Not making a bowl game.
Not making a bowl game. Not happening.
Wow. I mean, that's the lowest I will ever have seen University of Miami. So Diaz's tenure being one where he lost to FIU, lost to Louisiana Tech, and then ends up not making a bowl game in what could be his final year. This is the worst era of Miami Hurricanes football, and there's absolutely no doubt about it. I hate being like that, guys. I hate ending a show like that. But unfortunately, this is the state of Miami Hurricanes football. Until we see otherwise, I'm not going to change my opinion on it. I'm not just going to magically assume everything's going to get better.